we want to go direct to our session. We are having Fred and the wife. They're on the way coming. Actually, they were here. They were preaching here during the service, but they rushed somewhere. But in a few, they will be joining us as we continue with the conversation that we are having today. And so we are doing, and it's a question we are asking, are you doing marriage the right way in the 21st century? Ebu uliza mwenzako kaa umekaa na your wife, are we doing it right, by the way, in this century? Are we doing it right? Talk to him. Eddie. Anasema nini? We are here to learn. Okay. And so we decided we want to do it differently, as I had mentioned before. We don't want to have people just come. Mtu mwingine aliniambia mnakuja kutuchapa lecture. But today we want to do it differently. And so we sent you guys the questionnaire. We wanted to have the questions that you'd love us to tackle. And so I want to give the first question to Dayan. And the first question was, should couples, believers in quotes, have platonic love? And if yes, how should we deal with the issue of jealousy and insecurity?
If I get it correct, it's platonic friendships, right?
Yes.
So you're married. Is it okay for you to have friendship with somebody of the opposite gender? You're a husband. Is it okay for you to have friendship with a woman or women? You're a wife. Is it okay for you to have friendship with men? The truth of the matter is that marriage is not an island in isolation. You will interact with people at work, in business. You'll interact with people. Let me tell you this. There's some blessings that will come to you from other people, not even from your spouse. For example, let's say you have a friend who can tell you, hey, by the way, there's some investments you need to consider. Your spouse may not be able to be privy to that information, but a friend might be privy to that information. So friends can bless you in ways that your spouse may not be able to bless you. Why? Because God can use so many vessels of honor. And I like the fact that you actually said from a believer's point of view. From a believer's point of view, we are also called to love the agape love. You know, there are different types of love. There's agape love, and then there's the eros love. There's the romantic love. So the romantic love is for you and your spouse. The agape love is for you because right now, you look at it from your Jerusalem is your marriage. Your Judea are your close friends. Your Samaria are your acquaintances, and then to the ends of the earth. So it is okay for you to have friends with boundaries. That is the key thing, with boundaries, whereby my wife knows my female friends. Your husband knows your male friends. So that now by the time you say like, okay, I'm over here, I was talking to, let's say, Veronica. Your husband your wife knows who Veronica is, knows the nature of the friendship, and it is boundaries. Whether you're meeting somewhere, it is actually in a very public setting, like let's say over here, or even in church, having a conversation and stuff like that. And you also inform your partner of what is actually happening. Because it is also not healthy to stifle your spouse's social life. It is healthy for you to have a social life with boundaries. But the problem is that sometimes many of us, we have friendship with the opposite gender without boundaries. You start to see your husband calling another friend, hi dear, hi, that was excellent leading worship on Sunday. Hey, your dress was looking good. Why are you telling her that? Why are you making another woman special? Or you're a wife, you're telling another man, hey, nakasikizi unaenda gym, unaambia kwa nini? Kwani it's not your business to notice how buffed up the man has become. No. It is, hey, watoto wako aje, family ko aje, you as a friend, not in suggestive tones that somebody starts to feel like, hey, hapa hivi. Or let's say, your wife finds out ulikuwa unapeleka mtu kwa gari, let's say unapeleka Sheila kwa gari, and then you never told your wife. And then your wife finds out, haya, Sheila alikuwa anafanya nini kwa gari? So because of your lack of accountability, it starts to become suspicious. There's something in law that says that justice should not only be done, but be seen to be done. The same thing with faithfulness. Faithfulness should not only be done, but be seen to be done. Meaning you never do anything that your spouse might interpret your fishy. You never Umepigiwa simu, umekimbia kule hivyo nje kushika simu. Shika simu hapo mchumba kisikia. Let your wife hear who you're talking with. Let your husband hear you're talking with. And even after the phone call, you can just be, oh, by the way, that was Belinda of work. That was Mark of church. Alikuwa anasema this and this. So things are clear. The problem is this vagueness tunakuanga nayo. This vagueness in terms of our friendships. That's why your spouse anaanza kushuku. Because let me tell you this. Your spouse knows you had a life before you two got married. Your spouse knows that you will have friends, you will interact with people, everywhere you go. But what your spouse wants is for you to be accountable, to put boundaries, and if anyone tries to talk to you suggestively, you stop them. Si tunaambiwa ati, looking handsome. Oh, thank you so much. No! Why are you blushing because of another person's compliment? Relax. So please, because somebody, let me also say this. When you are taken, you're very attractive. Do you know that? Ukishachukuliwa, hey, watu sana wanakuona vizuri sana. Because there's somebody loving you right. There's somebody treating you right. Some of us, hey, I'm sure when you were single, no one alikuwa nakukatia. Ukaoa. You know I've loved you for 5 years. Na ukusema. Where were you? So that now that you're taken, you're going to be very attractive. So when somebody makes a suggestive message to you, the thing is, how do you respond? If somebody tells you, for example, you have sexy lips, mkane, mwambie hapana, I don't like that language, and then you put your spouse in that conversation. This belongs to my spouse, and I will respect if you speak to me in a very respectful manner. You put an end to that. But if you don't respect your marriage, guess what? Your friends, your acquaintances, your strangers, your social media followers will not respect your marriage. Watu wakislide kwa DM, peleka mtu mbali. Watu wakiongea in a certain way, please tell them no. Put boundaries. So have a social life, but please with boundaries and honoring your spouse and honoring your mchumba. And remember this, that your spouse is your priority. Your spouse is your priority, and then your friends come after. So that your spouse never feels he or she is competing with your friends. Now, your spouse is number one. Again, I insist, faithfulness should not only be done, but be seen to be done. Never ever do anything that will raise suspicions to your spouse. And your simu, especially when it comes to your phone, that's where a lot of marriages are getting into trouble. Be smart with your smartphone. When you respond to messages, be smart with your smartphone. When you answer calls, be smart with your smartphones. And remember this, whoever blesses your spouse blesses you. If a friend is going to bless your spouse, the blessing is also coming to you. So celebrate healthy friendships of your spouse. Celebrate them. Celebrate healthy people who are coming to bless your spouse. Celebrate them. Do not put a stumbling block, because it could be God wants to bless your marriage through some friends. But wewe, because of your insecurity, kila mtu ukishaona simu nani anakupigia, relax. Uni nani? Nilikuona ukicheka sana kanisani, kwa nini? Haya, relax. Stop being insecure. An insecure spouse is not attractive. You're walking on eggshells. Uko haya, kwani kuna nini? And when you're insecure, now you're making your spouse uncomfortable to even share with you some stuff. Or when you're insecure, now your spouse feels like, oh, by the way, that was so and so and so. This and this happened. Or by then nipatana na huyu nikitoka supermarket. Because some of these friends, you'll bump into them ukiishi maisha. You are at neighbors, unanunua mchele, and then you find a friend standing next to you. Utasema, usinongeleshe, bibi ananiangalia. Hapana. No. You talk to them. You're like, hey, how is biashara? Hey, how is the accounting industry? Okay, awesome. Okay, okay. See you soon. See you next. Or you're coming for a child's birthday party. Okay, see you then. That's a very mature way. Lakini hii kuishi maisha ni kama uko kwa jela. Hey, ntangaliwa. Hapana. Relax. Let's not be insecure, but also don't do things that will make your spouse insecure. Take care of your spouse's heart. Tuchungane. Ebu tell your spouse, ebu nichunge. Yeah, nichunge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can you appreciate Dayan? But I have a question,
yes,
Dayan,
please. Yes,
concerning that. I am open to my spouse. She knows this friend, we are having platonic relationship. But again, on the other hand, she's feeling a bit insecure. How should I handle that?
Listen to your spouse. If your spouse is uncomfortable about a certain friendship, skiza, especially the reason why. Let me also tell you this. Sometimes your spouse will see you walking into fire na uoni. For example, wives can tell when a woman anajaribu kukupata. Wives can tell. Sindio? Wanawake. Wives can tell. Wives can tell. Huyo mwanamke hana njia, kuna kitu anatafuta. Uko hapo wewe, acha story nyingi wewe nini? Relax. And then so many men have been beaten by that. 1 year later, you're like, hey, darling, you are right. After you've already done the most. Na alikuona, your wife warned you. Hey, let me also tell you this. I don't know, there's some interesting thing that happens with women. Because a wife can go and sleep and dream things. Anafu anakuambia kama bwana uko haya, ulijuaje? I kid you not, whatever gift the Lord has given to you ladies, God bless you for that gift. God bless you for that gift. I think there's a reason why you're called helper. There's a reason why because so many wives, they can dream something and they can tell. They can see something from a mile away. And it's even biblical. It's even biblical. By the time that Pilate was about to give a verdict, that when Jesus Christ was brought before the assembly, and then Pilate was about to give a verdict, what happened? The wife of Pilate came and told the husband, my husband, have nothing to do with that man. He is innocent. I've had a dream about him. And Pilate listened to his wife. Nakosha mikono. And the Bible says that the blood of Jesus is not on Pilate's hands. So Pilate was saved kwa sababu ya kusikiza the warning of his wife. And the same thing also, sometimes as men, we can tell. Chale akikukujia. We can tell. Can be like, you see, akikuja kuongelesha, anachange sauti. Hey, Mama Veronica, you know, we can tell this man is after something. So the same way you wives can tell, also us husbands can tell. So let's listen to each other. You don't know everything. So sometimes your spouse can sniff that something is wrong. So if your spouse tells you, I don't like that friend, and you can listen to the reasons. And sometimes even the reasons don't have to be legit. The fact that they're making your spouse uncomfortable is reason enough to be like, okay, sawa, hapo nimeacha. Sometimes it could be reason enough because maybe this friend of yours, if you're a husband, this friend of yours anakujanga amevaa kamini skirt hapo hivyo ako, hi baba Freddy, alafu uko hapo tu, but your wife is like, sasa huyu mwanamke anataka nini? So as long as it is making your spouse uncomfortable, listen where it is coming from. The worst thing is when you're with a spouse who doesn't hear what is making you uncomfortable. Because let me tell you this, if you're a wife, it is not for you to say you're an amazing wife. It is for your husband to testify, I have an amazing wife. If you're a husband, it is not for you to say, I'm the best husband in town. Relax. That is the role of your wife to testify, I have the most amazing husband. What's the lesson there? The recipient of love is the one who's supposed to give the verdict of love. So if your spouse is telling you, I am uncomfortable with this, skiza. So that you can package love when you're anaitaka. Skiza. And if indeed you can talk about it, because sometimes it could be a simple misunderstanding, and then mnaelewana, because like let's say some friendships can be so deeply entrenched. Let's say you're literally working with this person every day of your life, Monday to Friday. So ukisikiza kenye bwana na bibi anasema, and then you agree, how can I make you more secure? Because I can't stop interacting with this person. Tunafanya kazi pamoja. We're in the same business or whatever. How can I make you more secure? The problem is that many of us were quick to be defensive. Your spouse is telling you, I don't like this. Relax. Skiza, what don't you like? And since you don't like that, how can I make it better for you? Because I want you to feel safe. Do you want me to be more accountable? I'll be more accountable. Do you want me to be like, do you want to even be like, to not be picking up my phone calls when I walk outside talking to the person? I will be doing that. Because in marriage, you're meant to be accountable, not answerable. You are answerable to your boss, but you're accountable to your spouse. Accountability means this: I willingly share information without you asking me. Because whatever happens to me, happens to you. So I'm accountable to you. You need you and I to be on the same page. So if your spouse is uncomfortable about a certain friend, wachana na kifua, skiza. And if it's somebody that you cannot stop relating with because of the kind of maybe work you're doing, ask your spouse, how can I make it comfortable for you? What do you need me to do? Because it is your safety, your peace of mind, your love that is a priority to me. Not kuchekeshana na watu kule hivyo nje. Because let me tell you, most of the friends that you're having in your life right now, 2 years from now will not be there. That's a reality. Because many friends are for a season. But your wife, your husband is for a lifetime. So who's more important? Your spouse. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow. I don't know whether there is anyone with a question about platonic love. Kevo, kindly pass the mic. Okay.
Let's define bestie. Bestie is somebody that you confide in, somebody that you open up to, somebody that you tell like, hey, manze leo tumbo inauma, hey, I think nilikula sana. Huyo ni bestie. Like, hey, my goodness, imagine ile check imechelewa. Huyo ni bestie. Now when you're single, that's okay. When you're married, your bestie is your spouse. Your bestie is your spouse. The others are friends, but your spouse is best friend. Because the danger is this, we have many people who are married legally on paper, but not married emotionally. Amjuani, you can't even share with your spouse. Yani unapata, your spouse anakupigia simu, unajua tu, hapa nini, token imeisha, sawa, nalipa. That's all you talk about. But then you have that special bestie in quotes. Sasa, baze niko poa, yeah, imagine I'm taking the car for insurance. Yeah, well, let's go together. And that's not even your spouse. You see, you're emotionally connected to somebody more than your spouse. Now that's dangerous. Please don't be married to your spouse legally and on paper and by bearing children, but you're not married emotionally. Connect emotionally. If you want your marriage to thrive, don't just be husband and wife. Be best friends. Because there's sometimes you will not want your spouse to speak to you as a husband or as a wife. You want him or her to speak to you as a friend. Because when you're working if it's just husband and wife, the moment husband ameangusha responsibility yake kidogo, unakasirika. Wife ameangusha responsibility, unakasirika. But when it's a friend, you're like, I've got you. I understand you. You're having a bad day. Let me ask, one of the most important questions you can ever ask your spouse, is actually what? How was your day? Imagine umeishi maisha yako, umekuja nyumbani na huo mtu unalala na yeye akuulizi siku ilikuwaje? Ako wewe umekuja? Sawa. Geuka.